everything that led me to kill this big boy. And I'm not in trophy whitetail territory. I don't have hundreds of thousands of acres. This big buck was killed on a 10-acre piece. Do the work, food plots. So one of the biggest questions I get, and that I had before I planted Milo, was do deer eat the head? In the fall, it turns to a doughy stage. It gets this nice red head on it. Do deer eat it? Well, it's my first year planting it. Super happy with it, obviously. So happy with it, I won't even be planting corn anymore, and we'll go over that. I know you guys thinking, Nate, you crazy? Corn is king. You know, corn's the staple of all food plots. Yeah, I thought the exact same thing until I planted 2 acres of corn in this spot last year, planted 2 acres of Milo in this spot this year. Hands down, Milo outperformed corn for bedding, screening. Now it looks like the deer are eating it too in October, November, which is perfect. I'm not saying Milo's better in every circumstance than corn. I'm in egg country. I got cornfields all around me. Corn's no big deal to these deer. Milo, I don't know if it's because it's something different or what, but they loved browsing on this stuff. It is just chewed up all along this line behind me, just chewed. So they really browsed in here, and I had some really nice bucks in here that were using it for bedding. So that's another reason I'm happy with it. Just had a giant in here. So I just wanted to show you guys the browse pressure on this stuff. You know, perfect example right here. There's hardly anything left. You know, in a mature head right here, this is one that doesn't get hit. Here's a good side-by-side. You guys can see this. There's hardly any left. And here's one that's not touched, so nothing left. Yeah, we're getting down here now. This is a 2-acre plot. This is all chewed. This is browsed really good. Oh my gosh, guys. I mean, look at this. Chewed, gone, nothing left. This one they didn't touch. You can see what it did look like. Milo, yeah, my new favorite. And you know, it's not the food source that corn is, I'm sure. You know, corn's obviously a better food source, but for bedding and cover, the bucks pick Milo, hands down. And it's good to see that they are browsing on it and eating it, because that's the biggest question I would get when I planted this stuff back in June is, you know, do they eat it in the fall? And I said, well, I'll do a winter update. Well, here we go. And yes, they are eating it. So it's the real deal. So one of the reasons I like Milo after this year, planting all this Milo here, I did 2 acres of corn here last year. This year I did 4 acres of Milo, and I'm happier with the Milo as far as how deer used it for cover, bedding, and turns out some food. They browsed quite a bit of it off in October, November here. So where I'm standing, this is like a big deer bedroom. They knocked down all the Milo, you can see, and there's a giant buck in here I was after. And he was definitely bedding here. See, he's got these trees just shredded. There's scrapes everywhere. There's deer crap everywhere. The few times I hunted the stand, I could smell them. Big pile of crap. I can smell them. We've got this area all tore up. And I encountered them that first time I hunted it. It's super intrusive stand. They feel super safe here, so I had one crack at them, but I couldn't get a shot, unfortunately. But I ended up taking out a nice 10 points, so I'm not complaining. But I want to show you guys. Yeah, I mean, look at how they knocked this down. We got a lot of weeds in here. It was a drought. We got lamb's quarters and some giant foxtail in here, which actually ended up being really good bedding and screening. Where I'm standing here, we got a farm over here, some horses, and a farm right over here. You can see why the deer felt safe. It's secluded all the way around. The red Milo was some good browse for them. The foxtail and the lamb's quarters got some height, similar to switchgrass, to block off the farm, make these deer feel safe. So pretty impressive here. Just destroyed that. Pretty good rub there, boys. About chest height. Probably that big boy I was after. Yeah, you want to get in here? Okay. Jeez. All right, little guys helped me scout today. Checking out our Milo grain sorghum. See how they did. And we got 2 blends. Yeah, you can talk, Dane. So, right here. See, the red is browsed clean. The white, unfortunately, the white didn't get browsed.
Oh, wow.
Here's red.
Red. Orange.
Browsed clean.
Brown.
Here's white.
Oh, white.
It doesn't appear they browsed the white. The red, they definitely hit the red. There's no question. The red is browsed. I showed another spot. But the white did get taller, which is nice for screening and bedding, which I wanted. But the giant foxtail and the lamb's quarters did a better job to weed, but mixed in with the Milo, it actually worked out pretty good, so got lucky there. But with the drought, it was a tough year. But you can see the side-by-side red and white Milo right there behind me, the white heads, red heads. And yeah, it appears the white didn't get browsed, so interesting fact there. From what I read, the white heads were supposed to be more attractive to deer. Well, not in this case. The red's definitely browse better. So if you guys are picking between red and white sorghum, if you're looking for a food source, definitely do the red. The red's browse better. So, all right, guys, little Milo update right here. You can see we're getting seed heads turning into the doughy stage, where these deer are going to come start to hit this. This Milo plot, I thought it was a complete failure. We had such a drought this year. There's obviously a bunch of weeds in there, but this is going to do what I wanted to do. This is going to create a little more bedding. We got some really tall weeds here, obviously, but that's fine. I'm surrounded by open eggs. This area I hunt, I just wanted to get some more bedding out here. So Milo is going to hold up pretty good in the fall and winter. November, late October, November, when it matters most for bow season. Rut, post rut, I'm just going to let it go, obviously, at this point, and it'll have the bedding that we were looking for. So pretty happy with it overall. I got the question all the time before I planted Milo. My biggest question was, will deer eat it when it gets to that doughy stage in the fall? Will they eat the heads? And the answer is yes. Here's proof. Here's what the heads look like. Here's the 2 right along the edge of the trail. So they're definitely eating that stuff. Is it a huge food source? Probably not, but they're definitely all along the trail here. They're browsing. All the Milo's gone, the tips. And then deeper in here in the bedding cover, deeper in, the heads are still on. So what we got behind me, the HD screening. So I said I'd do a winter update. A lot of guys wonder how this holds up in the winter. Well, not so good. And I'm not talking bad about it. The stuff held up through November, through prime time. So overall, I'm super happy with it. It held up October, November. And I would say it probably just fell down once we got this good snow. You can see it's about waist height, and it was 10 foot high. It all fell down, so super happy with it for a summer/fall screening, but not so much in the winter. We got her done. Old Grandpa's tractor still does the job. About 2 acres here and 2 acres at the other plot. I'll show you them both. Got them all tilled up. The 6-foot King Cutter works great. Good job. 1977 International diesel tractor, still getting the job done with the tiller. So we mowed this. You see a good 2-acre plot here, and then the 2-acre plot over by the apple trees over there. I'll show you guys an aerial. So we got a good 10 days for rains in the forecast, and I mowed this once. I didn't want to mow it again, so I got it tilled. You can see I'm just full of dirt and dust. It was a windy day, but you gotta get out there when you can. You can't pick and choose. Sometimes it's a little too windy, it's a little drier than I'd like, but better than waiting too long and not having that plant reach maturity. So we're getting her tilled up. You can see it's a little dusty out here. Just a little dusty. We haven't had rain in about 3-4 weeks, so. Got Blake, he's 12, instead of tractor safety. He's having a good time tilling, other than all the dust. All right, we got our grain sorghum here. Here we go. All right, we're spreading seeds. So we're broadcasting this grain sorghum in. So we got a 2-acre plot. It's about 90 degrees out. Hotter than heck, but we love it. We're doing it. Let's spread some seed. Here we go. All right, guys. Milo or grain sorghum, whatever you want to call it. We got a 2-acre plot here, another 2 acres over there. We're doing the same thing. We want more cover out here. We're surrounded by open fields. So deer love bedding in Milo, so we're gonna give it a shot. My son's covering the seed right now. Soil's pretty dry, so we're running it with the tines down. Just gets that seed embedded a little more, and we got rain coming later today, so it should all work out. So we'll see how this comes up. He's having too much fun. All right, we just got her all planted. Now let's pray for some rain. This 2-acre plot behind me, grain sorghum. Hit that subscribe button, follow along. I'll show you how it comes up. All right, guys.